Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles. Welcome back to this channel all about sewing. I'm filming on a Sunday, very early morning. It's a beautiful day. Yesterday afternoon, the cold that we'd been having sort of went away for a bit, and I woke up today to this type of weather. So yes, I am back in my element. So I have taken the chance to film outside today where there's no lawn cutting and things going on that usually happens in the week. So I'm outside and I love filming outside. I'm really excited to show you today the Melody Dolman blouse, a new release by Love Notions. It's not a secret release because everyone has been showing some sneak peeks. I have, the designer has shown the whole thing on her Instagram. So it's sort of known that this was coming, and I made two and I love them both. Basically, the Melody Dolman is a woven button-down shirt with dolman sleeves, as the name suggests, camp-style collar, cuffs on the dolman sleeves, an optional bust pocket, and a shirt tail hem, sort of like a curved hem. And the coolest, cutest feature is that it's long enough and it's drafted. You can wear it like a normal blouse, or if you unbutton the last button, you can actually tie it around your waist. And I'm showing you pictures of the line art so you can see. When I saw this design just, start coming into reality from the designer, I was like, ah! And everyone was really excited. This blouse is designed to be made with woven fabric, light to medium weight, linen, chambray, shirting, crepe, rayon, those types of fabric. The sizing for this blouse comes in sizes extra small to triple extra large. There is a standard bust option and a full bust option for the front piece. So if the difference between your high bust and your full bust is 4 inches and above, you can make use of the full bust option that will give you more room at the bust. So it's like having a built-in full bust adjustment. It'll give you a better fit. The body measurements are at the bust 33 inches to 49.5 inches, and for the hips 35.5 inches to 51.5 inches. The positive ease for this blouse is about 5 to 6 inches around the bust area. At the hip, about 4.5 inches of positive ease. So it's not like a boxy sort of really loose style. It's not a fitted style either. So it's just right. Now, to choose your size, they recommend choosing it based on your high bust. So according to that, I chose a size large because my high bust is 38 inches. So that is the size that I made. Now, in Up Close and So Personal, you're going to see some of the construction of the blouse. And then when I come back and show you the blouses, I will show you some details of them inside as well. And above all, I want to bring you some inspiration relating to stripes. I love stripes, and both of my blouses have a component of stripes in them. So let's hop into that. Here you can see partially constructed blouse. You're seeing the wrong side up to you. I have chosen to make on one side the stripes go vertical, and on the other side the stripes go horizontal. Okay, here you can see black stitching lines around the neckline. I stay stitched at about 1/4 inch. The seam allowance for the whole blouse is 3/8, so it's within that. So this blouse has a facing that is one piece, so it's just part of the front piece, as you can see there. And there is a strip of interfacing about 1 inch wide that you fuse on. Here you can see 2 marks. So there is the center right there. This is where this is going to be folded, And then you have 2 reference points there, notches. That one that I'm pointing out with the pen, and that one that I'm pointing out there. And these are the reference points for the insertion of the collar. So I've been careful to mark those really well on both sides. I have pressed my shoulder seams to the back, as you can see. And this part here has been pressed down 3/8 and is going to reach that shoulder seam later on. This is the back you're seeing now. I decided to create a back seam. The pattern does not have it. You put your pattern piece on the fold, but I just added a 3/8 seam allowance to be able to have this seam and to have also the vertical and the horizontal on one side. So this is just a visual change. Actually, the pattern hasn't changed at all. My neckline still stays the same. Everything stays the same. This is a left front pattern piece that you can see the facing's being folded, and you can see that stitch line there. And that is the pocket that is sewn onto the other side. One of the first steps so that it doesn't get in my way. This is my collar. It's already been sewn. What you're seeing here with the vertical stripes is the under collar. When I flip it around, I also created an extra seam in the middle to have half going vertical and half going horizontal, but this is a visual thing I'm doing. I haven't changed the pattern. The collar is still the same, and it's just going to fit onto the blouse the same way. So the under collar is the one that's interfaced. The upper collar is not interfaced. And inside, this is my upper collar. I have trimmed the seam allowance to about 1/4 inch. The under collar, interfaced one, has been trimmed even further, about 1/8 inch. So this is to reduce the bulk. In the instructions of the pattern, when you get to the collar construction, there is a clickable link that will lead you to a video where all this is detailed. So I have followed the instructions up to now, and I'm just going to show you a few extra steps I've done with this little bit there, with this facing piece and this part there. Okay, what you see there is the center back seam that I added for my personal stripe crazy thing that I'm doing, but the original blouse would have that extended. That would be cut in the fold. I also cut the upper collar and I added a seam just to create different stripe directions on my upper collar. Again, I repeat, the normal blouse will just have one full piece. I'm actually not making any changes to the pattern as such. Just added 2 more seams for the stripe thing that I want to create. This is the seam that comes from the facing that I had pressed under before, and it matches the shoulder seam there. I have hand sewn that on invisibly, so that's already there. And now this part here of the upper collar, where you had to clip in and then fold up to create all that neatness there, this part here I have hand basted on, all that up to there. So this area here I have to sew by machine using my edge foot to make it really neat. Otherwise, up to this point, I have followed all the steps that are provided in the link of the instructions for this pattern. Having the collar been done and everything finished, I still have dangling side seams. I'm going to sew the side seams together. That will complete the Dolman type sleeve up here. And then I have cut the cuffs to contrast the stripes, the direction of the stripes. So for this side, I have the cuff going vertical to match the horizontal there. And on that side, I have horizontal stripes to match the vertical on this side. So it will be a crazy striped shirt, but I'm super happy with it. Look at that little cute pocket there. I have my cuffs here. I have just pressed them. You can see inside they've been united with the 3/8. The seams opened and then folded wrong sides together. And then now I can go and attach this on the round onto the sleeve. This cuff, when it's already been pressed, as you just saw, you put it inside the sleeve. So right side of the cuff to the wrong side of the sleeve, and it looks really wrong. And this is where you sew with your 3/8 and then serge. But then when you're done and you open this up, because the cuff is meant to be folded, you're going to fold that, and then from here inside it's going to be super clean. And because this is going to be folded, it's going to be hiding that seam in there. Okay, so here is the first one I made. There's no footage of this one. This was like my wearable muslin. This is a crepe I got recently in my local shops. It's very nice. It's very appropriate for a blouse weight, you know. It's not sheer. If I wear a skin-colored undergarment, nothing was going to show, you know. And I only had a meter. I didn't have enough, so I used linen. And this linen actually is the same color. And you've probably seen a skirt I made in this fabric. And I had a little bit left, and I was so happy to use it for this. So the cuffs have the linen and the collar, super cute. Now I was silly and I cut size large, I cut it out and I sewed it. I didn't account for the difference in my height. So these patterns are drafted for 5'5", and there's a 3-inch difference in my height. So I should have lengthened 1.5 inches to this blouse. Then realized, although it fits well as a shirt, just as is, when I untie the last button to tie it up at the front, it comes up pretty short for me. Still, I can still pull it off, but I would rather it be a bit longer, like a little bit longer. I put 2 bust pockets. These are optional features, but I did go with them because if you can see through there, there is a silly blue flower. these types of flowers like that. Now, there was no way I could avoid not having them there. I tried to put my pattern pieces in a different way, but I only had a meter. But I also knew that I had the option of putting pockets to cover that. So I put pockets to cover that, and I put the pockets going horizontal. I did the hem with bias binding. The instructions have the two options. Okay, I want to show you inside out. That's the back there of the collar. It comes around here to the facing that's been folded into, you know, to meet the seam. And it finishes there. So it's all super clean, super well done. You might have noticed I didn't show how to put the collar in, and I'm hesitant to do that when the pattern and the designer already provides that, you know, option for you. Then you get to the point of the collar and there's a clickable link there that takes you to a full step-by-step for the collar. So it's already there, it's provided, super clear, super well made. So I'm not going to go and repeat. That's why you don't see that here. I know how to construct collars like this. I've done them several times. So it wasn't a new technique for me at all. It takes a bit of dedication, a bit of precision where you snip and where you turn under. Not hard. Just you need a little bit of concentration and dedication. This is the same fabric I used to make a hacked pair of duet trousers, a wider leg. I showed that last year, and when I saw the fabric at the shop, they still had quite a bit left. I liked it so much that I got more, and it's a perfect fabric for this, the weight. So this is a linen rayon blend, lightweight I would say to medium. Anyway, it has the structure, it has the right qualities for this type of project. And my Pinterest dreams come true. I have a board full of stripes in my Pinterest. And I decided to stripe play, and it was so much fun thinking this through, having one side, the other, having the cuffs, you know, not match that side. Now I did doubt about that. The side seams, you don't have to match them because you can't. One's going down, one's going sideways. So this way to play with stripes is the best of both worlds. You get to look super stripy without the headache of having to match stripes anyway. Same as the shoulder, no need to match there either, you know. And the two extra seams I put into this pattern just for the stripe play don't change the pattern pieces at all. Let's say it's like stripe blocking. So that seam at the back, it doesn't change the shape or the size or the fit or anything. It's just a visual thing. Same as the little seam there on the collar, and this is how I wanted it to look on the back. I wanted it to look the same, and at the front it just looks so different. It's just, yeah, I really like that effect. Anyway, this was just for my fun and to give you some inspiration with stripes as well. you know, and I've said before, I have a hard time wearing horizontal stripes. I don't think I'd make a top fully horizontal. It has to have some vertical in there to make it more fun. Look at those little buttons, they're so cute. Now with this one, I did the traditional hem. And it's really neat, and my trick is I based the first fold just only about 1/8 of an inch, because this is a curved hem, you know, you don't want bulk here. So I based a small amount, tiny amount, and then I fold it up and pin, and then I sew it. So this is a very narrow rolled hem, and it turns the curves beautifully, and it doesn't create puckering or weirdness. I wanted to show you the two options. I did want to do the bias binding, but I was running short of time, and I thought, you know, hey, it is an option. It can work out really well. So I have these amazing blouses. Look at them. One slightly shorter than the other. Look how cute they are. I love them so much. Here you can see up close the collar here on my first version I made. Contrast collar linen has been top stitched. It's actually the same color. This is perfectly fine if I want to wear it like a shirt, like a normal shirt, but because of the lack of length that I didn't add, when I try to tie it up by undoing the last button, it turns up quite short, you would see. And I mean, it's still nice, it's still cute, but I think it's a little bit short for me to wear it in this manner.
Don't you think this is starting to wear? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love some still.
Look how nice it lies on the side. You know, it fits the neck really well. Yeah, this is the lengthened one. I added 1.5 inches to the length. If you untie one button, the last one, you can tie it up. There. Super cute.
What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon. The sun don't rise, all the light is gone from me and you. Time flashed by and I woke up.
This pattern for me has so much potential. I have already in mind 2 dresses I can make with this same pattern. And I'm gonna make one of them this week, and I'm super excited about it. I've been even dreaming about it, how I'm gonna alter this and change this to get this look. But using this pattern, I love the way it fits. You know, everything is perfect. And you know, a blouse can be a dress and a dress can be a top. You know that vice versa thing that I like to play with. So super excited about that. If you like this pattern and you think it's cute and you want to learn how to put the camp style collar, go ahead and get this pattern if you like it, and you can use my affiliate link down below. As always, if you purchase through there at no cost to you, I receive a small commission that helps support the channel. That's all I wanted to share. Thank you so much for watching. I will go and enjoy my rest of the Sunday now, this beautiful day. I hope you have a great day too. Bye, happy sewing.